Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to We Are Literally Just Trying to Meet Blink-182. We are officially on Season 2, Episode 1, and today's a big day.
Season 2 is going to kick ass, by the way, guys.
Well, it's going to be fully video, which is nice, so.
And we're back.
We're back, guys. It's been a minute because we've been doing a lot of shit.
You know, things are getting crazy, guys. We really appreciate all the love. It's kind of surprising, I'm not going to lie. But let's get into Blink news. Okay, so Blink is on tour.
Yes.
Obviously one more time. Everybody's happy.
And all over the country.
All over the country, exactly. So not much news on that end other than like little things at shows that we've been posting on our IG.
And, you know, Travis is obviously doing his Run Travis Run. He's done his LA one, and he's gearing up for his New York one as well.
Can we talk about that a little bit? So, Araya woke up at 4:30 in the morning, I think it was, and went to Run Travis Run. Araya, what was that experience like?
Yeah, so I volunteered and got approved, I think, like, next day. And, yeah, it was very unexpected. They asked if I could come early, so they wanted me there by 6 a.m., which was at the Kia Forum, which is by LAX. So for me, that was like, you know, like a 45-minute drive in the morning, so I woke up at like 4:30. I helped with packet pickup originally, so that's like where all the runners go and get their bibs and their t-shirts. And I got a t-shirt myself, which was awesome.
And I got one too.
I got Zach one as well. And then as the race was going on, they were like, who wants to go help with passing out water? And I was like, I'll do that. So I like filled up a bunch of cups of water and then like would pass them to runners and stuff. And my friend that I made got to pass one to Travis, and he just like grabbed her water cup and threw it on his face. And yeah.
And as you can see in the video right here, we got a hello.
Yeah, it was cool because so they had to run around the parking lot like 4 times, I think, for the 5K. So I saw Travis and Courtney pass 4 different times, and yeah, Travis was always friendly. Everybody was trying to talk to him. I didn't want to like talk to him, but I definitely got a hello out of him. And then like every time Courtney would run by, I was just like, come on, Court, let's go. Just like being really obnoxious.
It sounds like it was pretty cool.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
The weather was like cold and it was nice. And
I think that brings us into where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's not much news, but we have a lot of news. Okay. Let's start off, first of all. We saw them in their hometown of San Diego.
Yeah, it's crazy that we haven't done the pod since before this, but we went to see them in San Diego.
Yeah.
On the way there, we stopped at the original sombrero.
The sombrero. The Blink sombrero. Now, there's a few other ones. Yeah. Because it's a chain. But this one, you'll know when you're there because everybody's got Blink gear on.
Everybody in the restaurant was wearing Blink shirts. It was really funny. But it was also the day of the show, so I'm sure a lot of people did.
It had to be, yeah. And we tried to get a shirt, but you can order them online though. So there are sombrero Blink shirts that you can order online. Shout out to Sombrero, by the way.
Yeah, it was good.
Thanks for taking care of us, number one. But let's talk a little bit about our experience at Sombrero. So we got there, we were super stoked. Everybody was there to see Blink, obviously, that day at Petco. Mm-hmm. But basically, you walk in. There's a bunch of pictures to the right of like Mark and Tom mainly, and
their go-to order there, which I didn't know till after, is like a BRC. They get their bean rice and cheese burrito, which I wish I got because I got a veggie burrito, and it's basically the same thing. But I wish I would have got their order because I also love a good BRC.
And then if you go and take a shit or pee there is a wall on the door full of people that write it down, and if you look closely, you can see our name. Maybe. I didn't do it. We didn't do it. We had nothing to do with it. We just have a lot of fans now, so it's like people are like, hey, you know. But that was really cool. I got the California burrito, and it was amazing. And as soon as we left there, we went to check in at the hotel, and then we went to Petco. We could walk to Petco from our hotel. Yeah. We were with Joy and Travis. Super fucking fun. Shout out to Joy and Travis. And you had a few drinks. And I had a few drinks as well. Yeah. And then
it was so fun. Yeah.
It was so fun. And so tell me about Petco. Yeah. I mean, that was incredible.
I was not expecting that because, like, I guess the only baseball stadium I've ever been to is Dodger Stadium, which is beautiful in its own way.
But it's old. Yeah, it's not.
Older. Petco's so new. Like, new, the whole city skyline is behind you when you're seeing the show. And we didn't have good seats, but, like, from where we were sitting, you could see the whole skyline, and then plus they were doing all the fireworks and all the pyrotechnics and all that, and it was almost like made it a really good seat for that reason. And like the sound was dialed in. They were dialed in.
I feel like if we were on the floor, we would have been missing out because you couldn't see the skyline. Yeah. I feel like that was my favorite part, is that you could see the whole skyline. Yeah. And like,
it's the one show where I think you could benefit from being further away.
And the nosebleeds.
Yeah, just because like also obviously all the screens you're seeing what they look like up close anyway. And the energy was just crazy from the fans. Like you could tell they were real fans. Yeah, so that was really amazing. We had fun, and then after the show, we obviously partied a little and then slept, and then the next day on our way out, we went to Poway and we went to Tom's childhood home and Tom's high school that he got expelled from, and we had a lot of things we wanted to do, but we felt bad because we weren't driving, so we weren't gonna like be like,
we got enough though.
We did a lot. Yeah. We did a lot.
And we're going back. We're gonna go
Definitely gonna go back.
Yeah. So we got a nice little taste of a lot of Blink stuff. The house was really cool that Tom grew up at. We tried climbing the pole, like Mark.
Perfect little suburban neighborhood. So
yeah, they grew up in a very nice neighborhood. They come from a broken home, but at least they were in a very nice area.
Yeah. I wouldn't say rich, but they were definitely
they're just comfortable. And it was cheaper back then. You know what I mean? But yeah.
And I'm sure it wasn't as nice.
It wasn't.
It's like even where I'm from is like much more developed now than it used to be.
Yeah. But, so Blink was fucking awesome in San Diego. Then we fast forward a couple days
to a week later. Exactly a week, I think.
We saw them at SoFi.
That was really cool. SoFi is so big that it's like you have to be pretty close to experience the magic of it all. Plus the sound isn't very good. It's not really like great for shows unless you're probably up close.
So let me just say real quick, saw Rolling Stones last night at SoFi. I was on the floor. Compared to where we were, definitely different energy.
Night and day,
yeah, definitely different energy. But Blink was awesome. We had fucking seats up in the nosebleed rafters. We were really literally on the rafters.
Because like SoFi is huge. That like nosebleeds there is like actual nosebleeds.
But
then we just got a little drunk and a little courageous, and we ended up getting probably like $500 seats.
Definitely $500 seats. Yeah.
Because someone happened to not show up, or maybe they left. I don't know. Either way, nobody said shit, and we sat in these seats, and everybody,
it was great.
It was awesome.
The rest of the show, we were, I think it was halfway through, we stuck down, and yeah.
Yeah, it was great. SoFi's cool just because it's a really surreal big venue, and I didn't even realize while we were there that was the biggest headlining show they had played.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So it was definitely a really big deal for them, and pretty surreal for us. Very
biggest
fun.
Headlining show ever. That's so sick.
It's crazy. Definitely felt a little less special than San Diego as far as just like you know, like even the fans weren't as dialed in, I felt like, as San Diego, but it was fun. Definitely glad we went. We had the time of our lives.
We went to Chili's first of all beforehand.
Yeah,
Chili's, the greatest American establishment.
Pro tip: if you go to SoFi, go to Chili's first.
Definitely.
I didn't even buy one drink at SoFi.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's a life hack. This is a life hack. Like, this is a SoFi Stadium hack. Go to Chili's, get hammered, get a triple dipper, right? Take a few shots for only $5 if you sit at the bar.
They're so cheap.
I think we took like 3 shots.
Let's just say another reason why maybe SoFi wasn't as special is because we were wasted.
Yeah, definitely.
Which we wouldn't have done if it was like our first Blink show, but because we had our...
We were already on tour. Yeah, we were on tour. So, yeah. We were already cool.
It was okay. Joy and Travis were seeing them in Fresno, which were like, Fresno? Why would we do that? And they were like, well... You want to go to the smaller shows because that's where you get cheap tickets. You're up close.
And like up front. Yeah. So like the tickets on the floor at SoFi were like over $1,000.
Yeah. Probably if you bought them sooner, it would have been cheaper. But
when we were looking, it was really expensive. And she almost bought one. She's crazy. But then we only spent, I think it was like $280.
Yeah.
On floor seats. At Blink in Fresno, and holy shit, it was fucking awesome.
I think that might have been my favorite show.
It was mine too. Well, because not only were we so close, but the energy there was really cool.
The energy was great. The band, I felt like, because they didn't have the pressure at being either, you know, at the LA, which was obviously a lot of pressure, biggest show they've ever played, and then San Diego's like that hometown pressure. I feel like they were just so much more loose. And
they could finally breathe.
Yeah.
And you could feel it. Yeah. Like, they were like, all right, fuck it, let's have some fun.
They were being funny. They were being ridiculous.
We're like AC/DC, but we're like ACD's nuts. That's right.
Yeah! Plus, just the venue was fucking awesome. It looked like a fucking, like, small college basketball stadium. Like, it was just small.
It was still big. Oh,
it
yeah.
Was big, but it wasn't like, like a fucking pro level sports big.
So we had already spent like close to over $500 pretty much between hotels and all the shows and all that shit. So we're like, hey, look, let's sneak tequila in this time. So if you look on our IG, Araya snuck some tequila in her bazookas over here. And then we also, they had $7 fucking quesadillas.
Yeah. Amazing.
Which was awesome.
And it was so good.
Yeah. Everything was fucking chill, but it was 120 degrees there.
It was so hot, even at night.
Which was crazy, but we stayed at a cheap... So it ended up, our hotel was across the street.
Across the street. I'm going to try to show you a little map
of
how close it was.
And
it was so fucking awesome. It felt like when you're like a kid and you like beg your parents, like, please, can I go to this thing? This is
the ultimate experience. And like, we just got it, like, out of nowhere.
And we did it, and like, after the show... We went and sat on this hill. Well, we went back to the hotel, which was a rookie mistake first. But then we went to the back of the hotel, or the back of the venue, and sat on this hill where all, like, the bands come out. Like, Pierce the Veil came out at some point.
Yeah, it's the trucks and stuff.
Yeah, and that's definitely where all, like, the tour buses and everything were. And it was not Blink's tour bus, but we thought it was. So we were just sitting on the hill drinking, like, waiting for them to come out. But then eventually we were like, let's ask someone, and then we asked like the security, and they're like, "No, they left.
They long gone."
Yeah, they left like an hour.
They long gone. But it was awesome. It felt like
so
we were like
funny.
15 again. It was super.
Yeah, and then after that, we were walking back to the hotel, and the big like probably merch semi that they have. I don't know, probably full of merch.
Yeah, the merch semi with the One More Time tour, and we got some video with that.
We took a video of like the driver and just the van.
And we got him to honk the horn really loud.
We were just being ridiculous.
Yeah, and then we walked to Buffalo Wild Wings. Bad idea. Araya said initially, let's just order Taco Bell, and we didn't listen to her. We should have listened, because I guess she's always fucking right. But, dude, so then we get Taco Bell, and I was in heaven. I was in the fucking hotel bed. The AC's blowing right in my fucking face, and it's at 65 degrees, and I'm just eating Taco Bell in the bed. It's like, dude, that's heaven for me. I'm not gonna lie, I love that moment right there. That's like Zach peaking in like the most amazing way. But alright, so that is sort of what we've been up to.
Yeah.
And then now what we're working on for the future is we're gonna go to different locations. You want to tell them a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, we just have ideas to go to different like relevant Blink-182 locations, because it was received well, like all the videos we did of us going to the San Diego locations. I scouted out the other day the Feeling This music video. Lincoln Heights Jail is where it was filmed, and it's not it's closed to the public, and there's a lot of health hazard warnings like lead and asbestos, and we're gonna try to go in at some point. So but yeah, we're gonna go to different music video locations and
just like locations that are relevant to
recording
Blink.
studios, whatever.
And we're just gonna stand outside and
so much shit in LA too, like way more here than in San Diego. So
stay tuned for that shit, dude, because it's gonna be sick. And you know what? Once we're done with all the LA spots, I'm calling it right now. We're gonna go to fucking England and do some cool shit. Australia. Sorry, not England. Australia.
Yeah,
and we're gonna go to the beginning of where Blink started to blow up, because we've already talked about this in the pod. Australia is the one that accepted them the most first, and that brings us into where we're at today, which is the Mark, Tom, and Travis show.
Yeah, this is if we're talking albums in general, live, whatever, studio, doesn't matter, this is definitely my favorite album of Blink's, which, yeah, I mean, it's my number one favorite. You typically don't think of like a live album as being your favorite when you think of an artist, but it's just perfect. It's also like the first time Man Overboard was introduced, and they just play all the best songs from Enema and some good songs from Dude Ranch and even a Cheshire Cat song. So it's great.
Also, we got these shirts.
Oh yeah. So I was wearing a different shirt, and Zach called me, and he's like, "No, you got to wear this one," and it's obviously relevant to the live album. So
because
we got these in San Diego.
Yeah. You got your San Diego, I got mine in Fresno.
That's right.
Because I got the tour shirt, but then I was like, I need this one because I just thought it was so sick. And so now we're matching. We just walked to go get all the booze for today, and everybody was apparently looking at us weird. I told her it's because we're going viral. But she said because we're wearing these shirts. So I don't care what anybody thinks, okay? We love Blink-182, and anyone who's a super fan out there, you know and you get it. Mark, Tom, and Travis show. Let's get into a little bit of the history of where they were at the time.
So we ended last episode talking about 1999. And they would record the Mark, Tom, and Travis show based on 2 California shows in November of 1999. That's where the album comes from. So we'll start off with 2000, and then we're going to end at the end of 2000. We'll keep it short and sweet. 2000 was a year of nonstop awards for them, tours. They were doing so many interviews and just like iconic things that like you can really
This is
look
so
back
fun.
on.
This is so fun. This shit's fucking badass, dude. All right, go ahead.
So yeah, we'll start with January 2000. January in the year 2000, guys. This is a big year in the world in general. But
So a little backstory, if you were there, and you might not have been old enough, but they said that everything was going to stop working, all technology. You remember this shit?
Yeah.
So in the year 2000, we're in the new millennium is what they call it?
I think so.
And literally, they said all computers were going to shut down, all the TVs were going to shut down, everything was going to stop working the moment that it hit 12 o'clock on January 1st, 2000. It didn't fucking happen, obviously, and now technology is taking us over, pretty much, with AI and shit. But, yeah, dude, it's kind of funny. I just wanted to bring that up. That's kind of where the world was, and music was thriving. Blink was thriving.
So January, they're guests on Howard Stern. They perform on SNL. They do the Big Day Out in Australia, which is definitely like a pretty known performance
Big Day
and
Out.
interview.
It's my favorite.
We just watched that before the show.
My favorite.
So we're in February. They filmed the music video for Adam's Song in Los Angeles. That's another location we'll try to visit. And I mean, all of their music videos were kind of filmed in LA besides like the early stuff. So we're definitely going to try to visit a lot of that for you guys and for ourselves because it's fun and interesting. They play MTV Spring Break. They play MTV Fan Attic. This was like they at this point were like MTV sweethearts. Like they were getting constant play on MTV, and that's probably when about when I became like a huge fan as a kid. Just kind of seeing them always seeing their silly music videos, and I don't know, definitely a huge time for them. They were on Loveline again in March. They debuted the Adam's Song music video on TRL. And they would announce the Mark, Tom, and Travis show tour for the summer. This was also when they would cancel a few European shows because Tom and Travis get strep throat. Happens. In April, they would perform on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. In May 2000, they would perform at Santa Susana High School as part of K-Rock's Punk Rock Prom, which is cool because I'm from Simi Valley, where Santa Susana High School is. And
Simi!
I was just a kid during this, but it's really fucking awesome to know that they played at a high school in my hometown, and I'm trying to convince my little sister to go to school there, but it's like the art school, so it's
Did you go there?
No,
Oh.
no. It's the art school, so you have to, like, the stereotype in Simi is like only like the weird artsy kids go. That like when you're older, those are all the fucking cool kids, but when you're young, it's like they're the weird kids. So it's like it's so stupid. But I wish I would have gone there because it's a great school. So going back to May, they are on the cover of Australian Rolling Stone. They receive a nomination for Blockbuster Entertainment Award for Favorite New Artist. They perform at MTV Beach House for MTV TRL Superstars. And the Mark, Tom, and Travis show tour would begin. Touring with them would be Bad Religion and Phoenix TX, which is funny because it's like they looked up to bands like Bad Religion so much. So to be like the headliners for a show with them is...
that would be the most crazy feeling ever.
Yeah.
I hope one day I get that feeling, but that's just so cool.
In June, Travis is injured in a fight prior to the concert. I wish I had more info on that.
If anybody does have more info on that, hit us up.
Yeah.
Because we want to know more.
Yeah. But then the Phoenix TX guitarist Damon Delapaz would take his place for the rest of the tour. And then in July, the first leg of the Mark, Tom, and Travis show is complete. Now That's What I Call Music For would include All the Small Things. The movie Loser is released in theaters, which
Great fucking movie.
Has What's My Age Again is used during the party scene. Okay, so in August 2000, they're on the cover of the U.S. Rolling Stone, and they would win Choice Rock Group at the Teen Choice Awards, and they would also win the Kerrang Awards trophy for Best Video for All the Small Things. In September, they would perform at Radio City Music Hall in New York for the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. They would play both the pre-show and close the award show. In addition, they would also win the best group video for All the Small Things. Obviously, All the Small Things was a fucking huge success for them, as we already knew for Enema. And this is also when Man Overboard would debut online. It was streaming exclusively on MTV and KRock.com and the band's official website. And then later that month, they would service it to radio, and it quickly rose to Billboard's Modern Rock Tracks chart.
Chart.
Man Overboard, guys. This is crazy. You don't really look back and think of that song as like a huge hit for Blink. I love it a lot, and a lot of Blink fans do, but it's just kind of interesting to think of it as like a huge success song for them. But this is the song that obviously...
They played it every night.
Yeah, they did.
That we saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Scott.
Oh, Scotty boy.
Okay, October. They would premiere an...
She put strawberries in the drinks,
Isn't
by the
it
way.
cute?
Check it out.
Yummy.
Cheers.
So in October, they would be on MTV Diary. And
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The music video for Man Overboard premieres on Making the Video and TRL. How cool was Making the Video, by the way? They need to do that again.
They need to
make
bring
our
back
own.
like a TRL, dude.
We should make our own Making the Video, where like for all like newer music videos that bands make, we'll be like, talk about this.
Yeah.
In November, the group would win an MTV Europe Music Award in the category Best New Act. And accepting the award on the band's behalf were the Mini Blinks, who were in the Man Overboard music video. Man Overboard peaked at number 2 on November 18th, 2000. Its 8th week on the chart, representing another hit single for the band. The Mark, Tom, and Travis show, The Enema Strikes Back, is the band's first and only live album, is released in November 2000. And it was released on a compact disc and cassette worldwide on November 7th, with a suggested list price of $12.98 in the U.S., which is interesting to think about.
$12.98 was
Yeah.
Mark, Tom, and Travis show?
Mm-hmm. In the year 2000. So, with inflation, I don't know, that'd be crazy expensive these days. It was marketed as a limited edition release and was only supposed to be available for 2 months. So we're in the end of 2000 in December. MTV's The Road Home special featuring Blink-182 airs, and then this is where Tom would show his childhood home, which we went to go visit. We'll leave it at the end of 2000 because obviously the following year we have a new record and build up to the
And
new
we'll
record.
get that'll be next episode, right?
So we'll just discuss the performance of this live record. It actually was very successful considering it was a live album, so I'll try to skim through this. It debuted at number 8 on the Billboard 200 chart, and it charted highest in Canada, where it peaked at number 4, and in Australia, where it debuted on the ARIA charts at number 6. It was quickly certified gold in several regions, and in Canada, it was certified platinum.
Blame Canada, blame Canada. Da, 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 da. All the South Park fans will understand. Do you not know what that means?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay,
oh shit, my laptop's gonna die.
Keep going.
It similarly attained 100,000 sales, resulting in gold certification in the UK from the British phonographic industry. It was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America on January 17th, 2001, denoting shipments of over 500,000 copies. And we're going to get into the track list next, once we plug my laptop in.
Yeah, I'll plug it in. And we're back.
We're going to get into the track list. Woo!
All right, so track list, obviously number 1.
Is Dumpweed, which was
Dumpweed.
the same for Enema, and it is, like we said previously, the number 1 starting track on any record ever.
And like, I wish they would. So they opened with Feeling This on the tour.
Yeah, every show they would do.
Every show, which is cool. I wasn't mad at it.
I thought it was pretty epic, to be honest.
It was.
It's the new version of Dumpweed. It's like the more modern version of Dumpweed, but I still wish it was Dumpweed. But
Dumpweed, holy shit. This live version is incredible, and Tom played so good on it as well. And just the way that he does the ending riff and like, all that I can drain. It's just so fucking good.
And we won't get too much into the track, like we won't do like the deep dives because obviously we've
Pretty much
spoken
talk
at
about
length
it.
of all these songs in the previous episodes, but we'll just go through them. Don't Leave Me, obviously another amazing song from Enema. Aliens Exist, another amazing song from Enema. Family Reunion. Going Away to College. This is probably my favorite song on the album, the live version. Like, I love the recorded version, but the live version is so much better to me.
It's so good.
And the harmonies are so beautiful, and like...
I haven't been this scared.
Well, there's
All right,
that.
no. I haven't been this scared in a long time.
That's the recorded version. And that's not the harmonies.
Okay. Where do the harmonies come?
Sing more of it.
And I'm so unprepared, so here's your Valentine, bouquet of clumsy words, a simple melody.
You gotta go higher, because that's the recorded version.
I haven't been this scared in a long time, and I'm so unprepared, so here's your Valentine, bouquet of clumsy words, a simple melody. This world's an ugly place, but you're so beautiful, Skylene.
But that's not the harmonies. So...
I think it is.
No, it's not.
What are the harmonies then?
I'm trying to think of the other... What's the... Sing more?
I'll think about the times she kissed me after class and she picked up with my friends. I acted like an ass. I ditched my lecture to watch the girls play soccer. Is my picture still hanging in her locker?
See, so that's where the harmonies
Okay, cool.
are. When I'm going up like this, that means Tom's singing.
She gets it. That's
But
cool.
anyway,
No, that's
beautiful
cool. That's cool.
harmonies.
Beautiful harmonies.
They both sing so well, and yeah, I love...
Their voices just go good together.
They do, and
You
I
know,
really
and-
just prefer the way that the live album version is sung, because it is like a higher thing rather than like the monotone recorded version. And even when they did the only time so far on the tour that they've played Going Away to College was in San Antonio.
And they don't even like that show. They hated it.
It's good. I'm glad they did that song, and they probably realized it wasn't great. Like, it really wasn't that great, but that song. But he did the recorded version vocals instead of the live version vocals, and I wish he would. I love the live version vocals. Whatever. So, What's My Age Again? Dick Lips, obviously amazing. Blowjob was the new one.
It'd be nice to have a blowjob. It would be nice.
We're gonna get flagged. Untitled, Voyeur, Pathetic, all classics. Adam's Song, amazing. Peggy Sue was really cool to throw in there.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Wendy Clear. We got Carousel. We got... Which
When they played Carousel, it was
they
so
played
sick.
Carousel in Fresno, and they didn't at the other two shows, and it was really cool to hear.
Oh,
Carousel.
so quick little thing that happened that was kind of cool is that right before they played Carousel, they go, "Hey, look in the crowd. Hey, that's Matt and Kim." And so Matt and Kim were there, and then they were like, "Let's play an old song for them." And they're like, "All right, fuck it." And then they played Carousel.
Oh, okay,
That
yeah.
was super cool.
And the walkout song was also Daylight.
The walkout when they were leaving, it was daylight. We gotta in the daylight.
Everyone.
Be like low.
I actually, when I saw Blink for the very first time at the Hollywood Bowl for the Honda Civic Tour with My Chemical Romance,
They opened.
Matt
right?
and Kim opened.
Yeah, I was
I
there.
missed them though.
Ah,
I
saw
got there
them.
too late for Matt and Kim.
I
but
saw
they
their
did
last
play
song.
with them, so I knew that they had already toured with them before.
But that's when My Chemical Romance was touring the Danger Days tour, which was an incredible album.
Oh, The Small Things, Mutt, amazing. The Country Song is a new one. Damn It, of course. And then The Man Overboard was a studio track. So that was part of the live album releases. You know, they had to give
And that's the last
fans
track?
something new. Well, obviously there's a million tracks, but
But they just released it on Spotify.
yeah, for Spotify and Apple Music, it's just like one track that's called like "Shut Up and Play a Song" or something, and it's just all.
It's all the banter
yeah.
of the entire tour,
Which-
which is awesome.
If you're gonna listen to this album, you gotta own the original CD or whatever, because it's the only way to truly hear it all and make any sense. Because like listening to it on Spot, it just feels so out of place. All of the banter and everything.
Well, if you're used to it too, like if you're used to the
yeah, if you're used to it. If
banter.
not, it might be fine.
But dude,
yeah.
Shit. At the shows, the banter was so good. The ones we just went to on One More Time tour.
Yeah, I think the banter was the best at the
Fresno.
one.
Yep.
It was the most ridiculous.
Tom was talking about how he jerked off at one of the hotels.
Yeah. He said everyone in Fresno had nice tits, and Mark's like, yeah, they have nice balls too. It was a really good show. I recommend, like, if you live in a big city, sure, see them at the big city, but also I recommend going to the smaller towns and seeing them because it's a lot more intimate. You'll be able to get closer for cheaper, and they might just be a little more unhinged in the best ways. I don't know. I really enjoyed the Fresno show. the most.
I will say, as someone who's in a band and plays music, obviously not at the extent as Blink level, it is cooler to play in a random place because the people care more. And they're way more just like dialed into like what you're doing. Because LA, they see bands every fucking day, so it's just like, who gives a fuck? It's another fucking band. But when you go to Fresno, people are like, this is fucking the best day of my life. A girl tried to fight
me at the Blink show in LA. Like, people are just
She's probably gonna see you online now.
Yeah, cash me outside. How about that? No, I don't know. It was ridiculous, but go to the small towns, guys. It's fun. Trust me.
Yeah. Are we at the end here?
Yeah, so now we're going to talk about the credits because I told you guys these are important.
This is Get Yo Bag.
Okay? So we got Mark, obviously vocals, bass, and Tom, vocals, guitar, Travis, drums, additional musicians. So this was Jerry Finn. He did the rhythm guitar, and Mark Trombino did the keys because obviously these were from prior records, you know, the producers that helped them. So additional production would be Sean O'Dwyer. He was an engineer. Tom Lord Alge. Mixing, Brian Gardner. Mastering, Jerry Finn was the producer, as well as Charlie Bois, Joy Martlet.
Charlie Bois.
I mean, I hope it's Bois. It says Bouis. And they were assistant engineers. So for management, we obviously have the iconic Rick DeVoe. We have Daryl Eaton and Brian Greenbaum. They were the U.S. booking agent. Mike Dwendley was the international booking agent. We have Gary Ashley is A&R. Gian Venton and Alexa Sita for A&R administration. The artwork, Tim Stedman did the art direction and design.
That's a killer job, dude.
Yeah.
Killer job. The artwork is awesome.
Tim Stedman, art direction and design. TJ River did assisted in design. Glenn Hansen did some illustration. Justin Stevens did photography. Sky Hoppus, Thomas Noto, and Tim Stedman would also do additional photography. And ultimately, that's it, guys. That's our podcast.
Well, that's the pod, but I have a Drink 182 this week. I texted you earlier this week.
I didn't plan for this.
And I said, listen, I have a cool Drink 182 this week. So Drink 182 is going to be interesting. So this is what it is, I'll tell you. And we'll put it up here so people can do it with us. So it's like, picture this, right? And it says, can you find 9 bands from the 90s that depicted in this picture? So here's the picture. So what I'm thinking, that's the Screaming Trees.
Yeah, Alice in Chains is here.
Alice in Chains.
Radiohead,
that's what I figured. Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah.
How many is that? What are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe 9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails, probably. We were at 5. We need 4 more. The Hole is a 90s band. Yep. Hole is 6. I'm thinking.
So that's 20. The Roman numerals is 20, and that's a Matchbox.
Matchbox 20.
Soundgarden, because it's a garden.
Oh my god! And then those guys, are those Cranberries? I'm thinking that could be the Cranberries.
Yeah, it could be the Cranberries. We're not sure. Yeah.
Oh no, it's Pearl Jam. That's Pearl Jam. That's the Cranberries.
Pearl Jam, and that's
Cranberries. I think we got all of them.
Okay, now let's look at the comments.
Yeah, look at it.
So Radiohead, Smashing Pumpkins, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Hole, Matchbox 20, Screaming Trees, Pearl Jam, Cranberries.
Holy shit, we got it! Let's go! We did it. Cheers.
And if you guys got it, let us know.
And that's the end of Mark, Tom, and Travis Show pod. We love you.